Welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast, a monumental episode. My name is John.
My name is Dante.
Welcome to episode 30.
The Steph Curry episode.
The Steph Curry, the
Splash Bros.
Who else is number 30? Anyone else number 30? Jeff Gordon.
Everyone knows that.
Tom Brady.
Think of Tom Brady, famous number 30. I'm only thinking of basketball right now, and honestly, why is no one coming to mind right now?
Yeah, let's see. Nolan Ryan, bro. Ken Griffey Jr.
Griffey, yeah, of course, naturally. The Ken Griffey episode.
That's what we're calling. That's the title of the episode. The Ken Griffey episode.
The kid episode.
Welcome. How are we? Good morning. Good afternoon. I always say good morning. Please come out at
good morning. Good evening.
At night.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good night.
We got some stuff to talk about. A lot to get into. Some news, but more importantly, how are we? I feel like we haven't done this in a while. Some weeks it feels like it's been a while since I talked to you. Some weeks it feels like, I just talked to you the other day.
Right,
How are we? What's going on? John, it's good to be back.
It's great to be back.
I feel good.
The weather could be a little better outside. It's a little gloomy. A little,
stay safe here in New York.
Dark. Stay safe in New York for sure.
Or also Canada for that matter.
Yeah, it's probably worse over there right now because that's where the wildfires are. But overall, doing well. We were just kind of talking a little bit before, doing a little catch up on the week. I feel like we haven't done a little rundown in a few weeks. Just kind of giving like little updates.
To be honest, it's been like
that.
The past few episodes have been like busy, and it's been like, we kind of need to get to the content.
To talk about. Yeah, this week is a little bit lighter. There's not really too much breaking wrestling news, so I feel like we can squeeze in a little time. I think the biggest thing, we talked about this before, we both saw the new Spider-Man movie. Not together, separately, but we did see it.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, of course. I went on Saturday. So it worked out perfectly. So on Saturday, I went, me and my buddy went to the casino, and then he had to go home to like do something, whatever. So we left at like 9 o'clock, and I was like, I don't want to go home. So I just bought a ticket to Spider-Man. I went by myself at like 10 o'clock. Dude.
Where was it? At the casino? They had a theater?
No. I left the casino to go to the movie theater near where I live. Could you imagine? No, I'd never leave. I'd live at the casino if that was the case.
Well, that's what what's the big one? Foxwoods. Like Foxwoods has like 3 theaters.
Yes, they do. Yeah, I mean, hey, Encore is pretty new. They'll be out in the movie theater soon. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh, it was sold out at 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday, dude. Like that's
my
insane.
showing. I think I also went Saturday night. Yeah. Saturday or Friday night, but like also packed.
Yeah. And I'm not the one to give out reviews like this, but I gave it 5. I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd. I think
I hit 4.5.
Dude, it was incredible. I love the first one. The first one's one of my favorite, like, it comes on movies and I'm gonna watch it.
It's probably the best animated movie ever made.
I think these two are the best animated movies ever, and I think the second one is arguably the best animated / best Spider-Man ever, which is insane. But it was so good. So I did want. So there was a story I wanted to tell you that I said I wanted to wait for the podcast. Yes. So, like I said, it was sold out. So it was very busy. I'm in the back row, but like towards the end. So like it's me and then like 3 people to my left and then like 20 to my right. So like I'm towards like the end of that end. And there's these 3 girls that are to the right of me. And like before the movie, they were like super loud and obnoxious, like just kind of talking about like the older movies, like what they think was going to happen. But like but when the movie started, they weren't obnoxious. It was just before the movie, whatever.
Fair.
I didn't like say, they weren't like, I didn't even look at them, didn't say anything to them. They didn't look at me, say anything to me. It was just like, I'm here, they're there, whatever. About an hour into the movie, this is a 2.5 hour long, so not even halfway through the movie, I'm sitting there, literally just, I had a popcorn and a soda. I'm sitting there watching the movie. All of a sudden, the girl to the right of me looks at me and she goes, "Can I have some of your popcorn?" And I'm sitting there like,
she must have been cooked.
I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, no. I
that shit's expensive. What size you get?
Large.
Oh, that's like $20. Holy shit!
It's not cheap. Not cheap. And I was like, no. I paid for this for myself. Yeah. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she like grabbed a snack from her friend and started eating that. I was like, what? It's not like it was like a kid. It was like not like maybe a little younger, but like old enough. And I was just like,
it's a strange move. Like it's almost like a dare.
It's not like it's not like we were talking like beforehand and we were just like, oh, like joking about
she was right next to you, or there was some
right next to me.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, it was like a silent part of the movie, like, can I have some? I was like thrown off. I was like, "Are you talking to me right now?" Like,
you think she was trying to like flirt with you? You think it was a flirting
as soon as I said no, she was like, "Okay," and then didn't say a word the rest of the night. So then the rest of the time I'm watching the movie, I'm eating my popcorn, just like, is this girl watching me the whole time I'm eating the popcorn? I didn't even finish it. Could have given her half of it if I wanted to. Nope. I wasn't gonna give her shit.
Walking out and you throw away
right in front of her. I like dump it upside down so she can see all the extra popcorn. I didn't even want all of it.
That's very weird.
I was so thrown off. I was like, that's never happened to me before. Just like such a random thing to ask a complete stranger if you can have some of my popcorn.
She had to have thought like either she was being like funny or cute, right, or
she was cooked. Like
or that's what I'm thinking. She was high.
She was super hungry and didn't see any food. Just saw my big thing of popcorn.
I have some of your. Well, also, what would you have like? A handful? Like, how would you?
What am I gonna keep it between us? She picks on it the whole movie. Like, no, bro, I don't know you. Like, I don't know where your hands have been or anything like that either. That's
weird.
Gross. Yeah, I was like,
threw you off for the rest of the movie.
All I thought about the rest of the movie. I was like, is she gonna ask me this again? Like, what's going on?
That is very strange.
Yeah, it was very strange. But just adds to the movie experience.
I guess so. Hey, the theaters are back.
That's so bad. Theaters are back. That's my favorite place to go. I absolutely love it. But yeah, other than that, other than that, it was a good movie, good weekend.
So fucking good.
Nothing to complain about. How about you? How was your week?
Bad. I've been sick since Thursday. Actually. Yeah, I've been, nothing eventful. I also saw Spider-Man, but like honestly, I've just been trying to get over this cold. We are still under the weather, boys. Today on episode 30.
My nose is so stuffy,
dude. It's tough, but we're here for you. I wish I had a story. I really don't. I've just been in bed trying not to be sick.
Hey, that's a story.
Pounding orange juice.
Come on, you know they make what. Why can't Capri? No. Sunny D. You've ever had Sunny D before? Yeah. They make that seltzer now.
What,
dude? It is
Sunny D. Alcoholic seltzer.
Yes, dude. What? It is so good. It tastes just like Sunny D. Like I can't emphasize this enough. You get a 4-pack for like $11.
Sunny D vodka,
dude.
Seltzer?
It is. On my life, it is one of the best seltzers you'll ever have.
See, I don't like seltzers.
Dude, this literally is, I don't know, it's orange juice. You're drinking orange juice. Like, you can't even tell, orange bro. Juice. You can't even
95 calories?
You can't even tell, dude.
That's crazy. How did you discover this?
At a cookout I was at last week.
Wow.
Dude, unbelievable.
Gluten-free, too?
It's a 4-pack. It's a little expensive. It's kind of like High Noons. You get a 4-pack for like $11-12, but like, I could get 2 packs of them. And I could crush those, and I'll be good to go.
I don't know. I'd be willing to try it, but it seems like something high school.
Too good. I know it sounds too good to be true. No, listen.
Like it's the same thing of like you can't be our age drinking like Twisted Teas. Like it's like the same. You know what I mean?
I have my own issue with Twisted Tea for separate reasons, but how I think about drinks and stuff like that, as long as I enjoy it, I could give a fuck about what the age demographic is. If people like, oh, that's a girly drink, that's a whatever.
Oh
drink.
no,
like,
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying no. I know, but I'm just saying like to me, like when it comes to drinks, like if I enjoy it. Shit, I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of that drink.
I might have to
give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Big Clark says 1 star.
Oh no.
Bought it for the childhood nostalgia, but doesn't taste or look like Sunny D. Has a weird aftertaste. Tastes like knockoff Diet Orange soda. I believe you more than Big Clark.
This guy needs to get himself checked out. I feel like he's got his own problems.
But also, Sunny D is already like fake orange juice.
Yeah, I can't even tell you the last time I've seen a Sunny D or even heard of Sunny D, to be honest with you. But it's back.
Damn.
So
it's back.
Check it out.
I'll have to run it.
To all our 21 plus listeners, go check out Sunny D Seltzer.
If anyone has a Sunny D plug out there, wants to send some to the boys.
For real, yeah, let us know. And when you go by, I'm telling that Dante sent you.
Well, with that said, we have some wrestling to get into. I want to start this off. This isn't wrestling related, but audio version. If you want to listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, now or next time, you're in the car, you can't watch it, blah, blah. We're available on all your streaming platforms. And if you could do us a favor, if you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit a like, leave a comment. If you're on any of the streaming platforms, leave a rating, leave a review. It really helps out the pod so much. We want to climb up those charts. We want to have the #1 wrestling podcast in the world.
Yes, sir.
Okay. To start off, almost on a somber note, but I feel like it's more of one of those deaths that's a celebration of life. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace to the legend, the Iron Sheik. Rest in peace to the greatest.
Fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
Fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
Fuck you, Bubba.
Sheiky baby. Rest in peace. Wrestling would not be what it is today, and I firmly believe that, and I'm so serious, and I think a lot of people believe the same thing. It would not be what it is today without the Iron Sheik. The man is the one that ended Bruno Sammartino's streak, his feud with Hulk Hogan. I think that's right. I could be wrong.
I think he ended Hulk Hogan's. I
thought something on Twitter. He beat Bruno.
He beat some people.
I could be wrong.
He beat some people.
His feud with Hulk Hogan shaped the wrestling industry into what it is today.
One of the most iconic villains of all time.
Him versus Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know if you saw what I posted about my dad.
Yeah, I did.
My dad texted me, Iron Sheik is gone, which is a funny way to say like past.
Sure.
But he's like, the Iron Sheik is gone. And I said, oh, I heard that, like, rest in peace, whatever. And he goes, Sergeant Slaughter must be happy. keeping the kayfabe.
Keeping it alive.
And then for what it's worth, I said, what did I say? I said, Hulk Hogan too. And he said, yes. And then obviously, my dad was keeping the kayfabe. Then he said, I'm sure they are all sad, really. And I said, he definitely seemed highly, highly respected, but also a man that kept the kayfabe throughout his life. Like constantly would be like, fuck Hulk Hogan.
His Twitter account was one of my favorite things. I always had it always put a smile on my face when I saw one of his tweets show up on my timeline. Just something super random, just whatever, just all caps.
It's always all caps.
That always would make
me tweeted, one of his last tweets the other day was a shout out to the band Boy Genius. You know what Boy Genius is? It's Phoebe Bridgers and two others.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But Sheik went out as a Boy Genius fan.
Hey,
so sick.
His last tweet, fuck the wildfires. I agree.
Bro,
fuck the wildfires.
Went out.
Whoever let
crazy.
the dogs out can go fuck yourself. I just love these tweets. Fuck dancing with your eyes closed.
There is not a peek behind the curtain thing. We might not even do it, but someone did send in a quiz of like guess the wrestler base or guess which wrestler the Iron Sheik tweet is based upon.
No, really?
So we might run it. We'll take a look at it and we might run it.
Fuck Hogan. Fuck the Monday. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. R.I.P. I mean, what was he? 81, 82 years old. I mean, I think
81.
That's a good life. That's a good life for sure.
And also, like, you see like documentaries. He would always give his time to be in documentaries.
The documentary a few weeks ago, the John Morrison one.
Oh yeah, he's also I don't know if that's a documentary.
It was kind of about him.
Short film.
Yeah, what was it called again?
The Iron Sheik Massacre or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. one of the best creations ever.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Iron Sheik.
This episode is dedicated to the Sheik.
Will always be remembered. It'll always be remembered in history as one of the greatest wrestlers, wrestling villains, characters of all time.
Speaking of someone who is one of the greatest of all time, I thought this was a little fun thing to slide in there. Paul Heyman was on some sort of podcast, I don't know, but he reveals that John Cena went on record and said that he never wanted publicity or recognition for his Make-A-Wish work. So Cena, like throughout doing all that, Cena never wanted cameras. He never wanted anyone to know he was doing it. He wanted to do all of his Make-A-Wish things without any publicity, recognition, or just anyone knowing. And just it piles on to the John Cena is a good guy,
John Cena is just a really good guy. I mean, WWE, when they do Make-A-Wish and stuff, they have the cameras so they can get like video promo and they can have all this footage for commercials, like whatever it may be, packages. But yeah, I genuinely believe that John Cena is just like nothing that I didn't know before, just a really good guy. And I feel like he really is someone that's just that really appreciated the spotlight he was given and just like the opportunity he was given to impact people's lives. And I think he's just one of those guys that never took it for granted and was like, listen, if I'm given this platform where I can affect people's lives, young or old, I'm going to do everything I can to do that. And obviously with the Make-A-Wish, the purpose behind it is you kids get their last wish, whatever. The fact that he's been able to grant
what's the number?
Something
at least
like that. To these children that that made their just put a smile on their face, whatever.
Wow, 650 since 2002,
and it's a record by a good amount. So, yeah, I just think it kind of just speaks to how great of a person he is. Obviously, I don't know him personally, but you can just tell that some people are just really, really good people in real life, and he's definitely one of them.
The quote from Paul Heyman was, it's also, which I didn't know, it was on Rick Rubin's podcast.
Oh.
The producer.
Yeah, interesting. I feel like so many different people have podcasts and stuff like that. I always see
everyone's got a
he was on this podcast, and I'm just like, oh, he's got one now?
He never wanted to exploit it. He never wanted recognition for it. He wanted to just do it. That's a hero. Quote Paul Heyman.
That is a hero.
I might have to listen to, holy shit. It's called Tetragrammaton with Rick Rubin.
I see the last 2 episodes. Paul Heyman, Owen Wilson, and Jack Harlow.
But this, like all the other episodes are regular podcast length. For whatever reason, the Paul Heyman episode, 3 hours and 21 minutes.
Whoa.
That's like longer than a Rogan episode. Whoa. Why is that so long?
They had a lot to talk about.
Holy shit. I might have to run. Shit. I mean, I don't know about the entire 3 hours of it, but I might have to start that. Damn, I love Rick Rubin.
I'd be exhausted after talking that long. Holy shit.
Looks like it's a fairly new. Oh, yeah, Gerard Carmichael on. I love. What is this?
Phil Jackson.
I might have just found my new pod. Fairly new. I think the first episode came out in February.
Yeah, wow.
Bam. Shout out the goats.
Check out the new podcast.
All right.
I think there is one major thing for us to talk about in wrestling. I think that you're about to get to.
Oh, this
is going to be the big one.
I almost forgot to include it, to be honest, but SmackDown, we'll get to all the bloodline story stuff about what happened with Jay and Jimmy and blah, blah, blah. But more importantly, Triple H unveiled a new singular WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. Oh, it looks so bad. When it first came out, I tried to
like it.
A couple things. One, it makes the World Heavyweight Championship look incredible.
It does.
It's the prettiest belt in the company. The new Undisputed World Heavyweight. And I'm not just trying to hate or whatever. Like, I think that's annoying, but it's not a good looking belt. It's just yellow. It looks like macaroni and cheese, bro.
I just don't like. Why are we so uncreative? I get it. You're not trying to go too far away from what you got going on right now. It makes the original WWE title look good, the one that Roman Reigns had.
Right. It makes the blue one look good. It makes the... Yeah. Really bad.
It's just not creative at all. It's just, like you said, it's more yellow than gold.
I would have rather them just morphed them into one and just keep the black.
Sure.
Whatever.
Sure.
At least, it's still not a great looking title, but at least it's not, hard to look at.
It just upsets me when they make a big deal. Like, there were rumors all day saying they're going to unveil a new belt, and then and then they have the
he doesn't even look good with it. Usually,
I know.
Usually, a lot is wait until Seth holds the World Heavyweight Championship and it'll look better. And people liked it better.
No.
Roman picked up this title and it's tough.
I get it. It's supposed to be big and gold. It's supposed to feel like an important belt, but I don't feel it.
Yellow.
I don't feel it at all. And I'll be honest with you, as time has gone on, the World Heavyweight Championship has kind of I still do like it.
It's wore off on me.
It's wore off on me for sure. But compared to this belt, it honestly
thank God this happened, because now I'm way more sold again on the World Heavyweight Championship.
Maybe this was they did this for a reason. They wanted it to look ugly so people like the World Heavyweight title more.
Yeah.
Dude. I don't know.
I honestly don't have there's not much more to say about it other than it looks ugly.
It upsets me because it's for I love when they unveil new designs and new championships and stuff like that, because I'm very interested to see what it looks like and stuff. When we got 2 new belts in the last month.
Yes.
And they're both very underwhelming, kind of. Not, I mean, the World Heavyweight Championship is fine, it is what it is, but it could they both could have been a lot better. It sucks. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just don't know why we can't be just can't get a little creative. Or just like recreate one of the older WWE championships. Why do we have to keep going back to this design?
Yeah,
bring back the winged one. Like people were raving about bringing back the World Heavyweight Championship. You kind of did that. People want the winged WWE Championship. Bring it back. Add your little twist to it. Add your little globe to it or something. But like you give us this.
Yeah, I said,
he doesn't look good with it. Like you said, he doesn't look good with it.
It doesn't even look good when someone holds it, which I think Seth makes the World Heavyweight Championship look a little better. I don't know. I honestly don't have much more to say about it. Other than just like it sucks. It's a bad belt. It's what we're stuck with for a foreseeable future.
I hope that it's kind of like his belt. Like, this is Roman Reigns' belt, and then whenever he loses it, the person, like Cody Rhodes, gets a new belt or something. That's
like a couple years ago when the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer first came out, and Sonic, like, looked weird.
Yeah.
And the internet bullied them to,
and
like...
they made a new one.
Yeah, so maybe that's what'll happen.
I don't know.
They'll get the Sonic treatment.
WWE's been bullied quite a bit over the last few years, and they don't do shit. They don't do fucking shit about it. So I'm not holding my hopes up.
So whatever. That's that. I don't know. But Bloodline stuff, a little more exciting stuff, regardless of an ugly title. So they had the 1,000-day celebration. Blah blah blah. Roman demands that Jay super kick Jimmy, and Jimmy lays into Roman. Jimmy asks if the Bloodline. He basically wants to is pleading with Roman, says like, let's stop like the bullshit, let's like, run this with respect and blah blah, and let's do it how we've like been doing it and go back to that and run shit. So he's still like, let's be the Bloodline, but let's just don't be a dick.
A little different.
And then, or I forget what the exact quote was, but he was like can we continue doing this a little different, respect, whatever. And Roman, so fucking good. Roman gets all emotional. He hugs Jimmy, he's crying, and then just picks up the mic, and then just through the tears, it's almost as if he like sucked up the tears into his eyes, and then he goes, no. So Solo spikes Jimmy. Jay is left to hold Jimmy in his arms. They leave. Up the ramp, Paul asks, what about Jay? Roman says, excuse me, I'm still sick. Jay will do what he always does. He'll fall in line. He'll come home.
That's the thing, dude. Roman, he drops these bars, like not on the mic, but just when like the camera's for people at home. Like there was little subtle things. I mean, I think it's picking up steam right now. And it's definitely picking up.
To add on to it, not to jump ahead, but on Raw, then Paul Heyman did say this Friday on SmackDown, Jay will he'll make his choice.
Yep.
So this will be
a big
SmackDown. The A show is on Fridays.
The A show is on Fridays. The A show is definitely on Fridays. I'm very interested to see what happens the next few months, because
next few months. I'm curious what happens tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's gonna. Do you think he sides with? I honestly don't know.
I feel like they're definitely leaning towards like an Usos versus Roman Solo type of match.
Yeah.
Even though I think that's what they're gonna do next, and then they have to. I mean,
they have to do either Jimmy and Roman or Jay and Roman.
I really want to do like a triple threat match or a fatal 4-way match or something. The thing is though, is like, you could stretch this out a little bit, because he could realistically have like a match against Jimmy, then a match against Jay, and then a match against Solo. So you can kind of like spread this out a bit. I think what people will complain about or have critique over that is that they could do this without having the belt involved, which will come back to the whole Cody Rhodes should have won type of argument.
Yeah, right now, there's no challenger for the belt. Really. Like, there's, of course, Roman has feuds, and that could equal a blah, blah, blah. But, like, there's no challenger other than Cody Rhodes way in the background trying to climb that fucking hill.
Right now, there's no one going after the belt, really, except for the Bloodline. I mean, they're not even going after the belt. It's just like you kind of know that that's what's going to be going on the next few months. Like, there's no AJ Styles, no Bobby Lashley's involved, nothing like that.
So, I mean, I would imagine the next time the title gets defended is SummerSlam. Yeah. Unless something, I mean, at this point, I don't think anything's going to get announced for, he'll probably have a match
Money in the Bank. I think it'll be like the tag team match. If he does have a match that I think he's advertised for, I think that would be the match. I mean, and that's the whole other thing. It's like not defending his belt from WrestleMania to SummerSlam is kind of like, kind of shitty. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I mean that's just how it's.
I mean we're like you know.
Money in the Bank is early this year because it's in London.
Oh, fun.
2:30.
Nice.
That's sick. That's actually sick.
Yeah, sick.
4th of July weekend too. Oh, that's perfect.
Woo.
That's gonna be a great weekend.
Wow. It's on Saturday too.
Yeah, that's
Sunday.
lit.
Sweet.
That's lit. Yeah, for SmackDown's gonna be very interesting tomorrow. I don't think Rowan's gonna be there. I don't think he's advertised. But my prediction is that Jey Uso is gonna side with Jimmy. I think so too. I don't think he's gonna turn against him. There could be some tomfoolery. Maybe Solo's there, and he yeah,
because they did do that.
Takes out one of them.
We're like Solo kind of sided with them, and then ended up being a cross.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing's. I mean, I'm sure stuff got announced for SmackDown.
Yeah.
Specific.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be on Raw or not, or SmackDown. I mean, but yeah, it's gonna be something. I mean, last week it gained over like 40 million social media views in like a certain amount of time. Like this has been going on for 3 years, and they're still putting up like historic numbers as far as like social media views and like interaction and shit. Like it's just crazy how it's like the storyline's able to stay relevant and everything this many years later. Not to be
the devil's advocate guy, but because it's gone on so long, now there is kind of a critique of like it is, granted it's the greatest. I don't necessarily believe this, like I said, devil's advocate sort of thing. There's only one storyline.
Oh yeah,
you know, like
yeah,
what else?
All your eggs in one
you
basket.
Have sure you on Raw you at least have Cody stuff. You don't have a World Heavyweight Championship thing. I mean, you have like the Judgment Day stuff, but like in terms of like classic WWE drama and storyline, this is, especially if you watch SmackDown. You watch SmackDown just to see what happens in the bloodline,
right?
You know, which they do a good job of kind of interweaving it throughout the whole show. Which, like, on one hand, SmackDown's a 2-hour show. Having one giant storyline, I don't think is the worst thing in the world. But I would like some other sort of,
I definitely
I don't know.
I feel like we've talked about this before. They're definitely putting a lot of their eggs into one basket with the Bloodline storyline. When it comes to telling one of the best stories ever, you got to put a lot of focus, a lot of time into it. So I do agree with that. It would be nice to see WWE kind of like, you know, put a little bit more effort into these other stories, whatever. But hey, the Bloodline story is good, so I'm not going to complain 100%. About it. Yeah.
Becky Lynch. Moving over to Raw. It's about SmackDown. Becky Lynch defeats Sonya to qualify for Money in the Bank. Overarching question: who do you want to see win the women's Money in the Bank match?
Yeah, so I think right now it's Zelina, Becky, and Zoe Stark. I think of the three women in the match. I believe so, yeah. I don't know how many people they're doing this year. I think they're only doing 6.
And it's like it's SmackDown and Raw superstars, right?
Yes.
Because that's how Zoe's.
Yeah, because it's 2 one women's, one men's match.
Zoe's on Raw. Who's the SmackDown?
Zelina.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering who else is going to be in the match. Out of those 3, I mean, I don't know if Becky will win it, because if they're continuing her feud with Trish, I feel like she's got to kind of stay out of that.
Or Trish would maybe pull a shenanigan and cost Becky the. Yeah, I mean, it is a very early pick.
Say the same thing about Zoe. Maybe they give Zoe the contract and like have build up to it for a while.
It seems early for her.
That's why I think it's very early.
I think it'd be cool if they build her up in the next month to get to it. But she's still new to like she's very the new. Main and roster. Then Zelina,
I mean, that would be fun.
I would love it.
That would be fun for sure. But I need to see who else is going to get announced.
I could see, I don't know, who's the current? I could see like Raquel winning it.
Yeah, I could see her winning.
I'm trying to think of people that were in like the tag team match. Io could win it.
I think is Bailey in the match.
Bailey might be in it. I can see it, Bailey. I don't know. It's really up in the air, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Yeah, they're a very exciting time though. I love the Money in the Bank.
Gunther defeats Kevin Owens in what was a banger.
It was a really good match.
Honestly, for wrestling, Monday Night Raw was solid. So I'm curious what your take is on this. Ludwig Kaiser interferes in the match. Gunther gets a roll-up pin on Kevin Owens. I didn't love that. Didn't love it.
Yeah.
Didn't love it.
I don't think that you need to do a roll-up. No. I definitely think...
Gunther does not need a cheeky roll-up. I get it. He's a heel. But just because you're a heel, just because you're a dominant heel doesn't mean you have to get these cheeky and cheating wins. Like, he can be a dominant heel and just... Granted, because Kevin Owens is a viable opponent, and they showed that through the match. If they did this, I hope they do a rematch, or I hope they keep with Kevin Owens, because it would be stupid to get the roll-up and not continue with any sort of whatever. Again, we'll see what happens. But as it stands now, don't love seeing Gunther getting a roll-up.
Yeah, they definitely could have done the distraction, and then he just hits his finisher and ends the match that way. Because he's a wrestler that you obviously want to protect. You don't want him to be on the end of losing or anything like that. But at the same time, you don't want to have him start getting these these cheeky finishes and stuff like that. I don't know. He's legit enough where he doesn't need to win that way.
Maybe it sells, grain of salt. It sells Kevin Owens on, wow, Gunther had to be tricky to win, and whatever.
It doesn't ruin him or anything like that, but it definitely takes away some legitimacy.
That's what I mean. It takes away a little bit of the Gunther aura. I don't know, but honestly, other than that, great match. I mean, Kevin's fucking great. Gunther's great. I hope they continue with I like this Imperium Kevin and Sammy sort of
Gunther
stuff.
versus Sammy or something like that.
That's what I mean.
Cool.
I'd imagine that we'll have an IC match at Money in the Bank, and he'll face one of them, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe Matt Riddle, because I know he's kind of been with them and stuff like that.
I'm just not sold on Riddle. Yeah. Granted, he did have a backstage segment where he was way more and cool.
If him and Gunther had a match,
it'd be good. It'd
wrestling
be good.
match. I think it could be solid. But yeah, we'll see. I do like that little feud they have going on there. All of them involved.
Ronda and Shayna defeats Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, fresh off a scene, fresh off NXT.
Yep.
Maybe a hot take. I loved this. I thought this was so good. I mean, first of all, I'm a Katana Chance stan. Yep. I don't know if you know any Katana Chance lore, but she started out on American Ninja Warrior.
I did hear about that.
And I remember, what's her real name? Casey what's her name? It's something. Hold on. I think she was going by her real name for a while. And Casey Catanzaro. I don't know. Either way, she started out on American Ninja Warrior, and that was when I was an American Ninja Warrior fan, brother. That shit was on NBC. It had a primetime spot. And I remember seeing her. They called her the Mighty Mouse or some shit like that because she's short in stature. Sure. And I remember I think she went far. I don't know if she won, but she went far in the American Ninja Warrior competition.
I never really watched the show or anything like that.
Oh, you would fuck with American Ninja Warrior. American Ninja Warrior.
I know everything about it.
Yeah,
I just never
it's
watched
sick.
it.
My favorite thing about American Ninja Warrior is just if you're just hanging out with friends and you just put it on the TV, it's kind of in the background, and all of a sudden you're kind of you get more and more into it. You're just oh fuck, you're come on. Anyway. So I've known of her since then. Then years after that, she signs with NXT.
Yep.
And I believe something happened where she either I think she got injured and was out for a year or two. Mm-hmm. And then now she's back having this great run with Kaden Carter. Admittedly, again, haven't really watched NXT. I'm not too familiar with Kaden Carter, but sold me in this match. And also, Shayna is Shayna at the end of the day. So the three of these women can really, Ronda's in the match.
Yeah, she's there.
But they have these other three that can really put on a clinic, and they fucking went. Kaden and Katana have really cool, they feel like a tag team, which is something that's missing, I would argue, in the WWE in general, but especially in the women's division, of they're in this, I think at a larger scale, the WWE is just, throwing people together. You could even argue Sammy and Kevin are a great tag team. It makes sense why they're a tag team, but ultimately they still feel like two single stars that got put together.
Sure, yeah.
Even Shayna and Ronda, they just feel I don't know, but
I mean, I feel like that's big in WWE. In their history, is just putting people together to make a tag team. Not a lot of naturally built up tag teams. You don't see too many of those.
We
nowadays.
Feel like a tag team. We are doing this because we're a team,
right?
I don't know. I can't say enough good things. It would have been cool. Would have been shocking if Kaden Cade did Katana. Oh my God, I'm so
yeah, you are all over the place. Yeah, we are some sick boys.
I'll shut the fuck up. It was a good match. It was fun.
Yeah, I didn't check it out, but
it's not like worth like going back to, but like while you're watching Raw, it was like, oh shit.
It was on.
Mainly because Cade and Katana showed that like they're fucking good. They're the future of this division. They're the future of Raw. And then it put Ronda and Shane in a good light because they had a good match, and it I don't know. Did kind of suck seeing Cade and Katana lose. They're the fresh team from NXT. Makes sense why they lost. I get it, but I hope they stay in the picture. I would love to see them as future champs.
Yeah, people aren't talking though about how on SmackDown the NXT Women's Tag Team Champs are still there and the belts are still on SmackDown.
Yeah, they had a didn't they have like a vignette where it was like what are they? The Unity, they have some name. The Something. Union of Darkness. It's some Bray Wyatt type shit.
It's some dark shit.
But yeah, I think they had like the classic vignette, like we're coming to SmackDown next week or whatever. But yeah, they're the NXT champs. I don't know what they're doing with that.
And they still haven't swapped the SmackDown and Raw women's belts.
You would have thought that would have happened by now.
It's so confusing.
You're bringing up all the problems. I get it. You're bringing up all the issues.
There's a lot of them.
Maybe another problem. Bronson Reed interrupts Ricochet and Nakamura. Nakamura and Ricochet were having a good match. It was just a solid TV match. Don't know what they're doing. Bronson Reed, he comes and interrupts the match. It's a no contest. He's not in the money. Unless like
I think
they do like the last chance qualifier.
I feel like this kind of insinuates that he'll be thrown in the match, which I honestly was surprised he didn't.
I'm surprised he didn't make it in.
I thought he was going to be like. I'm happy Nakamura's in there, but I was honestly surprised that Bronson Reed because they're kind of like pushing him a little bit.
Bronson Reed and Montez Ford need to find their way in the matches.
And we didn't even talk about that for SmackDown.
Kind of. We can touch upon it. I want both of them to win.
Yeah, I want both of them to win. It's a shame that they were going up against each other. Yeah, I
honestly thought LA Knight was. I'm surprised LA Knight won.
People were booing Montez Ford because people were.
And he was leaning into it too.
Dude. Yeah. WWE has two good stars on their hands because LA Knight is a heel, but he can be a face because people love him. Montez Ford obviously is a face, but he was getting booed and he was eating into the boos. Mm-hmm. He could be a solid heel too. I can definitely see that. Yeah, dude, I'm fucking hyped LA Knight won. I'm so happy he won. I don't know.
What do you think his odds are of winning?
I feel like he's got to be one of like top 3 or something like that favorites. Obviously we'll see who else gets announced. I don't think Ricochet is going to win it. If Bronson Reed gets announced, that could be a shocking one.
I would love Nakamura.
Nakamura could be that's a genuine.
I'd say Nakamura or LA Knight.
That's a genuine good pick. Nakamura could definitely win it. I think they still have to announce a few more people.
This might not be right. It's just some random dude's Twitter account, but this is saying they're doing Pete Dunne.
Yes, that is
Pete Dunne or Corbin or
Pete Dunne or Corbin versus Escobar Ali. Yeah. I feel like
it's gotta be Butch.
This Money in the Bank match is definitely going to be very wrestling based and not like star power. You know what I mean?
If it's Corbin, I'll scream. But I get it. They get a shitty heel.
Corbin's in NXT now, so
I saw that.
So I don't think, and so is Ali. So I don't know.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I don't really know.
I don't know. I'm not seeing official. That
might
not
I don't know how many people are in the match. When they posted the graphic, it was 6 silhouettes. Yeah. So I'm assuming just 6 wrestlers. So if that's the case, you have LA Knight and then these other, we'll say Butch and Ali.
Someone's not going to be in it. Bronson Reed or Montez Ford are probably not going to be in it if they're having the other qualifying matches.
Yeah, interesting.
I would imagine Montez isn't in it then. Because Bronson's more involved.
Because he'd have 3 SmackDown, 3 Raw if you want to keep it even.
Montez,
this would have been a great match.
That's what I'm saying. This is built for him. Damn. Well, we'll see.
Do? There's we're a month away. They could change some stuff, but
Cody Rhodes on Miz TV. This was fine. It was just a bunch of tiny ball jokes. Yeah. And then the Miz brought out Dom Mysterio. Dom Mysterio slaps Cody Rhodes to hid behind Rhea. Cody knocks out Miz with the titanium cast. This was, I don't fucking know. Love that The Miz is on TV. You know, I think especially as of recently, we've been The Miz advocators.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're doing a Dom Mysterio Cody Rhodes mini feud right now or something.
Yes, dude.
Brock is
right, because Brock and Cody got announced for SummerSlam.
Is it SummerSlam they're doing?
I'm pretty sure.
I wonder what Cody Rhodes is doing for Money in the Bank.
Facing Dom, probably.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I think that's what.
I guess. I mean, that'd be a good match. Yeah, hard times. You got to get through Eddie Guerrero's son next. I mean, that's a good match for Dom. That could be on a big pay-per-view like that against Cody Rhodes. I mean, I think that's pretty. I mean, obviously he's not going to win, but
there's been reports. We'll get back to the Dom thing, but while we're just on it,
I did see this.
We'll have a stipulation that we haven't seen in a while.
Do you know what that is?
No.
3 stages of hell. That would be ridiculous. They haven't had a match like that since like early 2000s or something like that.
So that's like when they like in the same night they have a steel cage.
3 different. So it's like the first to 2 basically.
Yeah,
so it's
and they always go to 3.
It's like regular match. Then it's like no
street fight or something.
It's like 3 different things. I think it starts. If you want, I don't know if there's like a specific thing for it, if it changes up or whatever. But I think it's a regular match and then like street fight and then a steel cage.
Oh, or some shit like maybe that. It has to start with a regular.
Yes, I don't know what the order is or like what the.
Where'd you see that?
These things. I just like kind of clicked on them. Yeah.
3 stages of hell. That'd be sick.
That would be. I mean, that would be a great ending to a rivalry. I mean, that
makes sense.
I've been asking for a stipulation for the first 2 matches. Hell, we'll get 3.
Yeah, you'll get 3. Yeah. 3 stages of hell. It's gotta be 3 stages of hell.
I mean, it's kind of. I don't think there's any like.
I don't know if there's been any report
confirmation or anything, but that's what people are
saying. That'd be cool.
For.
That'd be dope.
I mean, this would be the best feud to bring it back for.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio in 3 stages of hell. That's gonna be. I think that'd be awesome.
Huge for Dominic.
But yeah, that's what that is. I guess they're leading up to a feud. I don't know. The Judgment Day is fucking in everything.
Yeah, they really are.
We kind of already mentioned it. We can kind of skim by it. But Zoe Starks qualifies for Money in the Bank. Natalia's having a rough couple of weeks. Real tough couple of weeks.
Tough times.
Hard times
breed better woman. That's what they say.
But I love this push Zoe's getting. I've really been impressed by Zoe Stark.
Me too.
As someone that really doesn't know anything about her. Hyped.
Yeah, I think this will be a good. This is a good spotlight for her. Obviously, her being with Trish, they have big plans for her. Yeah. So I like it.
We already talked about Paul Heyman and the Jey Uso thing backstage. Seth Rollins defeats Damian Priest in a 25-minute Monday Night Raw Television World Heavyweight Championship match where we got a world title on Raw again. We have a world title on Raw, and it's being defended. They're leaning into it because they're even doing next week on Raw. They're doing not next week on Raw, but I'm skipping ahead. But Bron Breakker challenged Seth and said, "Come down to NXT to fight me."
That's pretty cool.
Which, like,
I mean, it's kind of random for sure, but I think they're really trying to hype up. They're
trying to get those NXT ratings up.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just kind of like this belt can be defended anytime, anywhere.
That seems like what they're doing is like, hey, we're sorry we haven't had a defending world championship. Here's a shit ton of open challenges. Yeah, which I like it. I love that we're getting TV championship matches, but let's get a feud going. Yeah. Granted, they're starting with the Judgment Day and Finn.
I definitely think that he'll have a match with Finn at Money in the Bank. I think that's going to be the match.
Do you think they do the NXT Bron Breakker match? I mean, I guess
like
why would
on
they?
NXT?
Do you think they do it? Like, do you think it's going to be?
I guess so. I mean, I don't think it makes sense because Breakker's feuding with Carmelo, and like,
I would have rather
he loses. What happens next? He just moves on. So.
Yeah, I would have rather of. I mean, if they did it on Raw, they could did it like, oh, that's the Braun call up. He charges Seth, but then he loses, or just like I'm coming to Raw and challenging you. I mean, I don't know. NXT needs the ratings. I guess.
I get why they're doing it on NXT, but they definitely could have been like he showed up that's his debut type of thing. But yeah, we'll see.
But going back to Seth and Damian, good match. I mean, again, I can't reiterate how refreshing it is that we have the World Championship match. There's some cracks happening in the Judgment Day, especially from earlier where Damian was like, I don't need anyone else. Yep. And Finn was like, what the heck? And then what happened? There was something that happened in this match.
So they were fighting outside, and then Finn comes out, and then Seth like super kicks him.
Oh yeah.
And then Dame like whatever like does his move, and he goes like, what are you doing here?
Oh, that's what it was.
And then Seth gets him and pins him. Even I thought it was funny before they did the promo at the beginning of the show, and they were talking about like, he was telling Seth like, you're gonna have like a short title reign or something like that, and he starts laughing. He's just like, I got something to tell you, it's already longer than Finn's reign or something like that.
And then there was a subtle thing where Seth said like, you don't fare well in matches with me, and Finn like looked down at his shoulder.
Even because that's what it was. So on the outside, Seth did the that power bomb move that injured Finn,
Buckle bomb.
and then Priest was like selling it, the whole like his shoulder, whatever. That's when he threw him back in the ring, and Finn came out. That's what it was. I mean, I like.
I mean, Damian Priest lost. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. I like how it's like you're getting these types of superstars that get in these matches.
Love it.
I think it's especially Damian. Like just had the match with Bad Bunny. Like definitely was deserving of a big fight like this.
Right. After he lost, he was going to win. After he lost that match, he deserves a title match. Yeah.
He made everyone look good. He's a hard worker. I think he's someone that was just due for a title
for sure.
But yeah, I mean,
it mainly was a stepping stone to get to Finn. Granted, it was
it's a stepping stone, and it
was a good match. He deserves a championship match, but like ultimately, it's to get to Bowser.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then like you said, there's some cracks now because Damian's like, what are you doing here? Cost him the match a little bit. So now, if he fights Finn, maybe Damian gets involved. I don't know.
I don't think they'll break up.
I can definitely see like
as much as I don't like Judgment Day and want them to break up,
I can see like a replacement thing going on. Like they kick him out for someone else maybe or some shit like that. Because they've been around for over a year.
Longer than you think.
Since Finn's been in the group, it's been over a year. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, you do have to change things up eventually. So maybe Damian Priest getting kicked out is the way to do it. But we'll see.
Or Finn gets kicked out.
Or Finn gets kicked out.
Someone takes over from Finn.
Definitely could.
I think I would prefer Finn out of it.
You think so? Yeah.
If Rhea steps up and becomes a leader,
she's the only champ.
Finn can move on and do better stuff than the
She's the only one in the group that can win championships.
True.
So
it's true. Well, don't count Dom out. But that's WWE.
That is
unless
WWE.
Unless you got some other stuff.
I don't think I got
We'll move
anything.
on to Dynamite. If I can survive the rest of this pod, I'm getting my ass kicked here. Orange Cassidy defeats Swerve Strickland to retain his international championship. Great match. Everyone thought that this was if there was any challenger as of yet to challenge Orange Cassidy to take the belt off him, it would have been Swerve. Yep. Didn't do it. A lot of people are disappointed. I'm not. I love Swerve. I hope they continue with this feud. I would love to see them run this match back, which they don't really do with the international championship, but I mean, I'm just so sold. Orange Cassidy, again, proving himself. He is the greatest defending world champion in wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
He's just
big time.
He's just great.
I get it. Like, people would have been fine with the reign ending here. Like, Swerve Strickland, like, perfect guy to do it. But if it's going so well, I mean, might as well keep it going. It's not stale. People still love it. Keep running with it. I mean, while the what do they say? While
the iron's hot.
While the iron's hot, keep it going.
I hope whoever takes it off him. I hope the next challenger starts like a feud. Like I like the matches, and I like
There's no feud involved. It's just all open challenges and stuff like that.
Blackpool Combat Club. Big. Speaking of story, a lot of story here.
Oh yeah.
So, to preface this, Bryan Danielson challenges Okada. In a vignette, basically I don't know if it was on New Japan, but it was, I saw it on Twitter, challenging Okada, and then Blackpool Combat Club consisting of Mox, Claudio, and Yuta with Danielson. I almost said Bryanson. Danielson on Commentary, Defeat Chaos,
Yep.
which is a stable that I learned about that consists of the Best Friends and Rocky Romero, which in New Japan, Chaos was Okada's stable.
Yes, I did learn that as well.
So just a lot of story. Yuta looked great. They finished the match. Blackpool Combat Club wins. Yuta's stomping a hole in Chuck Taylor. Blackpool Combat Club looks strong after the match. This is maybe my favorite current team name. It's been around. Again, a lot of stuff is new to me. Hung Bucks. Love the Hung
Hangman
Bucks.
and the Bucks. Yeah,
Hung
it's a great
Bucks.
name.
They have a promo after challenging Blackpool Combat Club to a trios tag match next week on Dynamite. That'll be amazing. But
that will be amazing.
We are building to Forbidden Door, which is just going to be, I feel like, attention goes everywhere. I feel like, it's hard to keep track of everything, but this Forbidden Door card has been building in the background of just, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, we're
big time.
Danielson and Okada.
End of the month.
It's coming up 25th, I think.
Okay.
Omega versus Ospreay for the IWGP US.
Yep.
What else? There was another thing. I don't know, something else with those. We'll probably get to it. But goodness gracious, shaping up. I'm excited. It
was a great event last year, so I can imagine
dude.
it's going to be just as good this year.
And again, as we don't come on here. Speaking for myself, but also to speak for you. We don't come on here claiming to be like, we know everything about New Japan. We know everything about ROH.
Thing.
And it's what I've always praised AEW for, and it's the reason why I've liked it so long, because I get exposed to these wrestlers that I've never knew of before.
Yep.
I've, before 3 or 4 years ago, I've never seen a Kenny Omega match until he was on TV. I've never seen I've seen highlights. Maybe I've seen a match or two on YouTube, but ultimately I've never seen I wasn't exposed to New Japan guys. I wasn't exposed to a lot of that stuff. So
I mean this in the sense of not an issue in wrestling per se, but a lot of people talk about wrestling and people talk about casual fans and stuff. It's people don't know about this big world of wrestling outside of television, because WWE was always the standstill company because they had a TV deal and stuff like that, and then New Japan, different time zone, you have to get the pay-per-views, you have to buy the event, whatever. So it was always just
the big barrier to entry,
right? It's I was the same way. I never watched a Kenny Omega match. I've heard of him, I've seen highlights probably on social media here and there, but I would never know about a New Japan event. I would never know when their big what do they call it, Kingdom, whatever it's
all the tournaments.
Yeah, I never knew of any of that stuff. And AEW coming around, like you said,
Wrestle Kingdom. Sorry,
Wrestle Kingdom. That's what it was. I was gonna say Animal Kingdom. I know it's something Kingdom, but it's AEW gave a lot of superstars that platform to kind of be okay, even though they might not be on AEW all the time. It's someone will show up, be oh, they're in New Japan. I'll watch them in New Japan, or an ROH or whatever it is. That's I think a huge thing with AEW is that gives fans, casual fans, or just people that aren't exposed to these other wrestling promotions be oh shit, there's some great wrestlers in these companies, but some of the best wrestlers in the world you never even heard of.
And that's why I'm so excited for when Forbidden Door comes around, because I haven't seen a Will Ospreay match since last year. Last time he was on AEW.
Did he fight Orange Cassidy? Was that the match last year? I think it was.
Yes, and that was a bang.
Yeah, it was a really good match.
But I'm very, very excited for Forbidden Door.
Yeah, me too.
We'll get into it closer when we get the card and blah blah. Moving on.
This was a fucking promo and a half.
I didn't love this.
Didn't love it?
No. MJF and Adam Cole promo. I loved the Adam Cole half. The MJF half felt, which maybe it was on purpose, because MJF can't have these world-breaking, defeats his opponent. The other guy on the other side of the ring needs to win some promo battles every now and again. I'm not, taking away credit from anyone. I'm not saying that was the case, but MJF's side was pretty run-of-the-mill. He mentions WWE.
Yeah, it was generic stuff.
He alludes to Adam Cole's ROH and NXT days. He kind of does a similar shtick with Punk of I was a fan of you, blah, blah. standard run of the mill, solid, but nothing crazy.
I do like how he was just like, you were this big name guy and these other companies, and come over here. It's like, who's this guy?
Yeah,
I did like him.
I think the Vince line was the reason you jumped ship to AEW is because Vince didn't believe you were a top guy,
and neither do I.
And neither do I. But Adam Cole fired back, I think won the promo battle.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And we're getting Cole versus MJF.
Yeah,
excited.
We definitely are. I wonder if we're getting it at Forbidden Door, or we're getting it at All In.
I would imagine. I feel like I kind of forget what they did last year, but I feel like Forbidden Door they kind of do all their matches.
That was the Fatal 4-Way match for the New Japan belt. But who was the AEW champion last year? Was it Moxley that was the champion?
I want to say Forbidden Door 2022. Let's look it up.
Yeah, I forget
because they might have done like a strictly AEW. Mox defeated Tanahashi for the interim. Oh, that was when they had the interim.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's when they did Jay White and Hangman.
That was the event that Adam Cole got hurt. That was when he got the concussion. Okay.
Dudes with attitudes. I forgot that's what they named Darby and Stings and Shingo. Blah blah blah. Yeah. FTR versus. It was a good card last year.
It was a good card. A lot of matches.
Anyway. Sorry, I'm just reading this. Swerve. Swerve in Our Glory. Damn. A year ago was a different time.
2022 was a lot different than 2023, that's for sure.
So, I don't know. I would imagine... Oh, no. I'm sorry. They're doing they're doing a qualifier match next week. They're an MJF versus Adam Cole to a qualifier match.
Yeah.
Obviously, stipulation is
so we're getting the match next week. We're getting the match next week.
But I guess, I'd imagine... I hope Cole wins it, and it leads to... But I don't know if they'll do that. Probably, I would imagine not Forbidden Door, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
But...
Because that could be an all-in match. That's definitely big enough where it could be an all-in match.
Feels a little early for Cole. He's had that one feud with Jericho that was bad, and he came out of it.
Yeah.
Would have liked a little bit more Cole build up to the world title, but you got your big events coming up. I get it.
I mean, if they wanted to, because All In's in August, 2 months away, you could start the feud now. And then kind of build up, like maybe MJF gets a cheeky win tomorrow or on Wednesday, wins by disqualification, or he gets disqualified, pushes back, Adam Cole getting an opportunity. Forbidden Door, he faces whoever. Then the next pay-per-view is All In. You could build up Adam Cole for a few more months, like this feud, kind of have them entangled with each other, and then Adam Cole faces other people to get an opportunity, and then boom. So we'll see.
And then boom,
and then boom, right there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, Adam Cole is Adam Cole. MJF is MJF. It should be good.
Yeah, it really should be.
I had something else to say about it, but I forget.
No reason why that match shouldn't bang. So.
Jungle Hook defeats Preston Vance and Dralistko. Didn't really know this other side, but Jungle Hook back on the scene.
Yep.
Love Hook. Hook looked amazing. Hook bloodied up Vance.
Really?
Oh my God, there was a lot of blood in this match. A lot of blood. Hook hit this. I think it's an exploding soup, or like the suplex where it's like the fucking behind the back.
Sure.
Whatever. From the apron, off the apron, onto the ground where they're like through tables. Let me see if I can just find it. Hook suplex. Here we go. Check this out. Boop. Look at this. Bam.
Oh,
Hook is so fucking good. Hook is so fucking good. I can't wait till he's TNT champion, till he's international champion, till he's AEW champion.
Is he still the FTW champion?
Yeah, which is just like carries it around as an accessory.
Yeah, at this point.
This was good. It feels, and we'll kind of get into it a little later, if I even took it down, I forget. But like after the Four Pillars match, haven't seen Sammy on TV. Jungle Boy is back with Jungle Hook, which I like, and then Darby is back to, he saved, who did he save? He saved someone. Did he save Tony? Oh, he saved, we'll get back to it at the end, but he saved, him and Sting came out and saved Ricky.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. Let me double check. Either way, the Pillar, I don't know. I feel like the Pillars just lost the match, and now they're just like
gone back to doing whatever.
Which like, I guess what are you gonna do? What was it? Who's that lying down? Who's that? Oh, they came out. Orange Cassidy was getting beat down after the match.
Gotcha.
They came out and saved Orange Cassidy. That's what it was. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm a big Hook fan. Don't know if I love this for Jack, but what are you going to do? I don't know. I like the team, though, for what it's worth.
Yeah, Jungle Hook's cool. Cool name.
Takeshita, squash match, blah, blah. Don Callis comes out. They talk a little bit. There wasn't much to this. Don Callis kind of takes credit for Kenny Omega's career. They just, they needed a promo to keep that story going. It really wasn't much. Chris Statlander defends her TBS championship against Anna Jay. Matt Menard, important note, probably the most important note. Matt Menard comes out with Anna Jay wearing the David Putty Seinfeld leather jacket. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
No? You a Seinfeld guy?
No, not as much as everyone else. That's for sure.
He was wearing this like 8-ball jacket.
That's fire.
But I don't know. It was just a defense for Chris, but Taya Valkyrie was watching backstage and looks like, which I'm glad. I made a note of this last episode, but I want Taya to stay around. I think Taya's great. So it looks like they're going to build to a Chris and Taya feud. Sounds good to me. Seemed like Jade's taking some time off. Well deserved. Bada bing, bada boom. Tony Khan. Another announcement.
Tony. Most exciting man on television.
This is...
it's just like I see him and I'm
not bored by him.
It's just there's nothing there. I don't know. I feel like he's just reading off of a teleprompter.
I don't get that vibe at all. I think he's so impassioned.
I think he's so robotic. It's unbelievable.
Tony Khan announces the main event, which I think I heard ticket sales were pretty tough for this, maybe not for the Chicago show, but like for thereafter
everything else.
Either way, they needed to announce a main event. I'm curious your take on it. Tony Khan announces I'm getting my words all mixed up here. Bullet Club Gold.
Yep.
A lot of acronyms.
AEW.
Bullet Club Gold. Jay White and Juice Robinson will team with the ROH something champion Samoa Joe.
Television, I think.
I believe that's what it still is. Versus FTR and CM Punk in a trios tag match. That'll be the Collision main event. Fine, solid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I have some critique.
You got your 6 big names in the main event, so
IMO. It should be a world title match, or it's a story thing.
Will MJF even be there? Will MJF even be there?
I'd imagine. I think they're keeping him off the show. I don't think MJF is going to touch Collision.
It's gonna start.
It's only a couple weeks, right?
A week from Saturday. So
and then it all kind of leads into the main event, where the main event was Jay White defeated Ricky fucking Starks, with I have his t-shirt on. Ricky Starks back in the main event like he deserves.
Yes, sir.
But with the Guns running in, Jay White gets the victory. Could be teasing the Guns joining Black.
Bullet Club
Could
Gold.
be teasing the Guns joining Bullet Club Gold. Bullet Club Gold, Blackpool Combat Club.
Yes.
Bullet Club Gold, Blackpool Combat Club. I don't know, whatever. The Guns might join Bullet Club Gold. Ricky Starks defeated. I hope Ricky Starks finds his footing. But my critique was, I guess Juice Robinson and FTR were banned from ringside for this match. After the match, Juice Robinson runs to ringside, because that's the rule. After the match, then the band from ringside people usually come in, whatever Juice Robinson came in just to hype up whatever. Like, oh, we won, blah, blah. There's no build to this Collision's main event.
Yep.
There's all it is like FTR and Punk have their little thing together, but like it's just a dream match put together, which I like. It's gonna be a good match. Like ultimately, if you're trying to build something, whatever. Why didn't FTR come down and run off Bullet Club Gold?
Sure.
That would have been something of like, hey, we're facing you in a couple weeks, and this is our...
So it's kind of like the Collision's going to come around. It's like, oh, these 6 guys are going to fight, and it's like they haven't even gone face-to-face before. Yeah.
And, I tweeted that. People went, wow, well, they were banned from ringside. So wasn't Juice Robinson. Yeah. Also, it's wrestling. People disobey the rules all the time.
That's
it's like,
true.
You know what I mean?
You make a good point. I don't know.
So, I don't know.
Like, you have your history, like CM Punk, Samoa Joe with like ROH and shit like that. Again, you have FTR, CM Punk are friends. But
and then
I don't know.
Juice and Jay are great. I'm not sold on Collision.
No, I'm with you.
Really,
no,
to be honest, I was.
I ain't watching it. I ain't watching it.
I was sold on it until this main event, and then until the ending of Dynamite, where it's like they're not building to it, they're not hyping it up too much. It is so obvious how much they are banking on CM Punk. They're banking on it.
I just don't know if this is gonna work. I just don't know. Like, I feel like there's just so many just things so many different things that could go wrong. It's like you're putting a wrestling show on a Saturday night that's kind of a brand split, but not really. And then you're having a guy on the show that you're only putting on the show because no one else wants to work with him on your other show. So you're catering this new show around this guy that has a lot of like history, all this different shit around him, whatever. It's I don't know. It's just I feel like it's a recipe for disaster. I hope it goes well because I think like the idea of like, you know, I guess a second show or a third show because of Rampage. I still don't understand what they're going to do with Rampage or what that like what kind of weight that show is going to hold. I like the idea of them doing like a brand split type of thing because they have so much talent. But then again, you have to think about what are they going to do with the titles? Like you're saying,
and they also have people in ROH. They got
people in ROH. I thought ROH was supposed to be the show that all these extra talent like Miro, Andrade, I thought they were supposed to go to ROH. So I feel like AEW just has too much going on, and I feel like they're trying to do a lot at once. And I feel like I love CM Punk, and I think he's great for business. I think he's a guy that you definitely want in your company because he brings eyes, whatever. But it's just very bold of you to like do such a big move, do all this, and you're counting on CM Punk to kind of like really carry that torch, and like nothing's gonna go bad, which could like.
I'll be curious what the rest of the card looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't sold me. I really don't.
I'll say that it is a Saturday night. That's tough. I'm gonna definitely record it just in case. If I'm not doing anything Saturday night, I'll end up watching it.
Sure.
But it's not. My excitement levels aren't through the roof.
No,
you know. Maybe a little more than yours. But
definitely for sure. No, I'm like rock bottom. I'm right at the floor right now.
What sounds nice, maybe, you know, go out Saturday night, Sunday morning, catch up on Collision.
Sunday morning wrestling,
you know?
I don't know. I just don't know if it'll be a good show or not. It's just there's a lot of questions. There's a whole lot of questions. There's a lot of concerns. I don't know how they're going to get around. Again, like Rampage. What is that? Like, what is that show now? I don't know.
Yeah.
Championships, brands. I don't know. I really don't know. So... hopefully they surprise me. I hope they do.
With that said, I think that is the show. A little shorter than usual, but again, I'm struggling here.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything really else.
No, I've been poking around. But if you made it this far, easy one. R.I.P. Sheiky Baby.
Yes, R.I.P. Sheiky Baby.
So, well, you know, obviously, you know, R.I.P. Iron Sheik will be in the chat, but we know you made it this far with a little bit of a tweak. R.I.P. Sheiky Baby.
Sheiky Baby.
We appreciate you for watching.
Listening as well on audio.
Send your cold medicine if Tylenol is watching. We could use a hookup. Thank you for watching. I have been John. You can follow me at Raspberry on Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all of that. I don't know.
And I have been Dante.
Bro, Twitch is I don't mean to interrupt you, but Twitch is doing some fuck shit now. You see this?
I've been kind of in the loop of it.
I honestly don't know too much. Oh, also another thing. Sorry. You get...
No. You go ahead.
Get your plug... No, because just finish because I'll forget. I want to get your plugs off and then there's like a couple more things.
You can follow me on Twitter at Dante on Deck and then Dante Toro or Dante Toro 11 everywhere else. Follow Stache Club W on Instagram and Twitter, and then Stache Club Wrestling on TikTok. What are we talking about?
It's like Twitch scraps ad changes after streamers. What, dude? Okay, so like there was some shit that happened where like either they're taking a bigger percent or they're changing ad stuff, and now there's like Twitch abandons bad ad change after streamers freak out. So I guess they tweaked whatever they did.
No, WWE announces multi-year partnership with Twitch.
Didn't see that. Yeah, perfect timing. But also I got an email of something like, I don't know if this is true, but like Oh wait, what is this? I saw something like the VODs you get, because a lot of people will stream on Twitch and then take their like video and then like chop it up or whatever and then make a YouTube video out of it, whatever. I didn't read it that closely. I'm not like a big Twitch guy, but I think there might be some clause now where like you might not be able to take the VODs and put them anywhere else. Maybe I could be totally off, but
interesting.
But what was the changes would have imposed intense restrictions. Okay, wait, what? The channel would have imposed intense restrictions on the in-channel sponsorships that many Twitch streamers rely on for the lion's share of their income, disallowing many popular ad formats that streamers commonly embed.
So they're not letting people run certain ads or something like that?
I guess they'd be stricter on it. I don't totally Twitch is so confusing. I don't totally understand it, but I guess there was backlash and maybe they... Oh, okay. Twitch has new... On-stream logos are limited to 3%. Oh, they just had new rules. Burned-in video ads are not allowed. Burned-in display ads are not allowed. Oh, so if you're like a stream, you're like, oh, this stream is sponsored by HelloFresh. You couldn't have a HelloFresh.
Ooh, interesting. I can see why that would piss off some people.
Wow. And I guess they went back on it.
Well, yeah, they should.
I thought there was another VOD thing, but I could be wrong. Again, I didn't read it that closely. But another thing I'm not happy about, I woke up to an email this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'll read you the email. Let me pull up the email.
Okay.
Pissed.
Okay.
Heated, some would say.
Oh, no.
I had to delete it? Okay. From Xfinity. Comcast, if you will.
Okay.
An update on Peacock Premium. So, for those that, I don't know if this is how you run it, but if you have Xfinity, you get Peacock for free.
Oh, okay. I don't have Xfinity, no.
Either if you have, I'm not sure what the current deal is, but like it's like your cable or the Wi-Fi or whatever, but if you have Xfinity, you get Peacock Premium for free, which is great. So I've been watching a lot of pay-per-views. Woke up to this cute email this morning saying, effective June 26, 2023, NBC Universal will no longer include Peacock Premium with your Xfinity service at no cost. Are you shitting me?
Wow.
Are you shitting me?
Wow.
To resubscribe to Peacock Premium starting June 26, say Peacock into your voice remote. Yeah, like I'm going to fucking do that. Granted.
If you resubscribe... You'll get it for $3 a month for 12 months. Peacock, that is bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I'm with you, but at least Peacock isn't like what? Peacock is the cheapest streaming app. It's like $5 a month. It could have been like a Netflix. Like if that was Netflix, I'd be more pissed because that's like $15 a month.
Bro, the other day, so I re-upped on my Netflix subscription because I Think You Should Leave season 3 came out.
That's like one of the only reasons why I want Netflix. I've heard,
honestly,
you know how many people have told me that like that's like my show.
You've never seen it?
I've seen like parts of it and it's on TikTok all the time, but I've never like watched it through. People say that would be like my favorite show if I watched it.
Season 1 I think is one of the best comedy sketches. Season 1's gold. Season 2 is good. It's fine. I did not like season 3.
No,
I did not like it. It just came out.
Yeah.
Which is the reason I haven't had a Netflix subscription for years.
Me neither.
And not even mooched off anyone. I just didn't fuck with Netflix anymore. And then, but I was at a friend's house and we're all I Think You Should Leave fans. We're like, we should all run it's 6 15-minute episodes.
I was going to say, there's only six episodes.
And they're 15 minutes long. Yeah. So we're going to blast through it and we go on their Netflix account and it's the first time I've ever seen this, but it shut us out because it was like, oh, you know how Netflix have been cracking down on the shared thing? It's like, oh, like you can only share accounts if it's on the same Wi-Fi network. So the person...
That's how it is? You have to be on the same Wi-Fi network?
That's what it is, yeah. So this person shared their Netflix account with their parents and it was signed in at their parents' house. We try and watch it and they haven't opened Netflix. Like who fucking opens Netflix, you know, and that shit got blocked. So we're like, oh fuck, we don't have a Netflix account. And I was like, well, I was going to re-up on Netflix anyway to watch I Think You Should Leave. I'll just do it now. Netflix is like $15 a month.
It's ridiculous. And that's like the cheapest option.
So it's the second cheapest option because I was like, okay, well, you know what? We're just trying to watch I Think You Should Leave. I'm going to cancel it anyway, whatever. They have a $7 option with ads.
Ooh.
So I was like, all right, it's 15-minute episodes. Oh, we don't mind sitting through ads. I'll get the $7 thing with ads and I'll cancel it there. So I got the 7-minute thing with ads. Keep in mind, it's 15 it's 15-minute episodes.
All right, let me think. I'm going to say that there were 5 ads.
So I'll give you the lay of the land. Beforehand, before the episode starts, you get like 2 maybe like 30 seconds to a minute ad block right before the episode starts. we're watching the episode. Naturally, like it's a 15-minute episode. You'll get ads before and after.
Sure.
Right in the middle of a sketch. I think like a minute and a half or 3-minute ad in the middle of a 15-minute episode.
That's how they get you, bro.
Are you shitting me?
That's how they get you by the $15.
And then another minute ad after the episode. So for a 15-minute episode, you get ad block at the beginning, an ad block slapped right into the middle of the sketch, interrupting the sketch for like 3 minutes, and then at the end. Are you shitting
You're probably
me?
getting enough ads to make up like almost half the show.
100%.
Like 6-7 minutes worth of ads.
Are you shitting
That's how they
me?
get you to buy the $15 version.
I canceled that shit. So I finished I Think You Should Leave. It kind of sucked, the third season. And then I canceled Netflix right there, and I haven't opened up that shit since. Are you fucking kidding me?
I haven't had Netflix since admittedly, I did watch Stranger Things. When Stranger Things, the new season comes out, I probably will get a Netflix account somehow because I've watched pretty off.
I saw season 1, didn't like it.
I've seen every episode, so at this point, and the next season's gonna be the last one, so I'll definitely get it.
Well.
Outer Banks was a show that I watched, so I haven't seen the newer season, but that was. I didn't really use Netflix a lot. It was just for like some shows that came out, like those two. There are no movies. They do like their own like Netflix originals, but I don't think any of those.
All those are ass. Great. Yeah.
Black Mirror, I think, is on Netflix, which is
Black Mirror is sick. Early Orange, the New Black was good.
I've heard good things about it, but I've never.
It's good.
I've never.
First couple seasons are good.
Dexter was on that. You know
what I watched? You know what I watched last night? So you know how like. Are you an HBO Max guy?
I love it. It's actually called Max now.
Sorry, excuse me. Yeah. First of all, Bear, you a Barry guy?
I have heard
you'd fuck with Barry.
I've heard good things about it. Contrary to what I think you tweeted, I heard this last season was like not that good. Did you tweet about it being good?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I've seen some. I've seen some people saying that it wasn't that great.
It was probably the weaker of the.
How many seasons are there?
4? 3 or 4.
I think 4 seasons.
But. I know at this point we're just whatever. What I love about Max, HBO Max, whatever, is they do like the Sunday block. Where for a while it was like every Sunday a new episode of Euphoria is out.
Right.
And every Sunday a new episode. I think it was. I haven't seen Succession, but apparently that's fucking amazing.
I have heard great things about that show.
So they have like their premiere show and they drop new episodes. They do like a new episode every Sunday, and it went from. I mean, I loved watching Euphoria every Sunday. Wasn't on Succession, but that was the one that took it. I think Barry was doing that for a while.
They do that The Weeknd's new show.
So that's what I was getting at. Okay. Is now what that Sunday block is The Weeknd's new show called The Idol.
Yeah. Did you watch the first episode?
I watched the first episode. It's the only episode that's out, but I watched the first episode and
I got very mixed reviews.
Tough. Yeah, I did.
I think it got like a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
It's not. I don't think it's as bad as people are saying. It's not good though. It is real.
What's it even about?
It's just I
feel like isn't it similar to like not similar to Euphoria, but like
I wouldn't say Euphoria. It's closer to Entourage.
Okay.
It has it's like Entourage. It's like Entourage, but with Euphoria dark vibes, you know? Because like Entourage is very kind of like goofy,
funny,
you know?
Goofy, yeah.
It's about like...
Is The Weeknd in the show?
Dude, he's like a main character.
Is he the main character?
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't like it. He must have a deal. Him and Drake must have an HBO deal. Because like Drake and The Weeknd, I think, are both executive producers on Euphoria.
Are they? I know Drake is.
I think The Weeknd has a hand. But like, they must... I don't know. Either way. Tough. It's about this like it's about this like pop star who
makes sense.
Yeah, it's basically like I don't know. A lot of it might base. Well, I don't think it's based off The Weeknd, but either way, it's like a pop star thing where like she's going through like the struggles of being a pop star, and she's releasing a new song and just like record label stuff, and like a certain photo leaks, and that's like a whole thing, but it's not as big of a deal as whatever. And then The Weeknd is like, The Weeknd's this creepy dude. He plays this wicked creepy dude in it with a ponytail, and he's real just like, I don't know. I don't want to use any other word for the sake of it, but he's just creepy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's very just like hyper, just like pop star, drugs, sex driven, which is usually like the HBO like formula, and it usually works. Yeah. It's entertaining. Am I going to watch I'll watch it for a couple more Sundays. I'll watch episode 2, episode 3. I don't think I'm going to be on it. I don't know. What I do like though, I have a fear of missing out. I just like being on. I like being on the train.
It's something to look forward to each week too.
It's the new thing. It's the new HBO show. Whatever.
What was that?
I didn't hear it.
It sounded like a little alarm or something. Not alarm, but like a notification or something like that.
I don't know, your phone? Oh yeah, my phone went off.
You have your ringer on?
Sophie said she's here. Yeah, my ringer.
Oh, okay, that's definitely what it was.
Come on in. But anyway, yeah.
I'll probably skip over that show. I've been listening to like each week he's putting out a new song. Basically, because he's putting out like a soundtrack. So instead of putting out a soundtrack, he's just releasing a new song every week.
It is very funny because like the single the Star is releasing, it is very clear that oh yeah, it was my phone.
Yeah, okay.
That it is very clear that The Weeknd wrote the song. Is like it's from a I don't know if it's the girl that's like the main character, but like it is in like a pop star like woman's voice, whatever. But like it is like The Weeknd's melody and tone. You can tell it's a Weeknd song, but sure. it's a bad song too.
Yeah, no, I the first with Madonna and Playboy Cardi.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're talking about two different songs.
We are, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because that song it might have been featured in the show, but that wasn't like the singer's song.
Sure, okay.
But yeah, okay. I did listen to that.
He's putting out a new song each week, like Weeknd, Madonna, whatever, and then Playboy Cardi.
He has like 8 bars. And I love Playboy Cardi. I love Playboy Cardi. I just don't know if his like
it didn't fit. Yeah, I don't hate Playboy Cardi. I love there's Cardi. Definitely like a lot of his music that I'm just like, oh, this is just not it for me. I do love his earlier music. I'm a big fan of like his like the Playboy Cardi like self-titled mixtape.
Dial It.
Oh, yeah. I fucking love Dial It. But like
didn't love Whole Lot of Red.
Oh, I hated that album. There's a few songs. There's a few songs on there for sure, but no, not the biggest fan.
Sophie just texted me she's locked out, so we gotta go let her in. Okay. So we'll end this. But it's we'll have the idol updates at the end of each episode now. But yeah, tough, not good. Anyway, thank you for sticking around. R.I.P. the Iron Sheik.
Iron Sheiky, what are we putting?
R.I.P. Sheiky baby.
R.I.P. Sheiky baby.
Thank you guys for watching. We are gonna have plugs off. We will see you next week. We will see you throughout the week.
Yes, sir.
Peace
out.